Welcome back to another edition of Hometown Highlights, where we shine a light on the people and businesses that make Westland such a great place. Today, I'm with a true entrepreneur who's brought something very unique to our community, Brian Hopkins, owner of Vinyl People Records. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you, Mayor.
So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your business, which is really something special here. It's one of a kind. I've been in there several times to buy gifts for friends and get some records for myself, but what I was curious about is in an era where a lot of the people, have digital stuff right there on their phones. They have Spotify, YouTube. You can kind of listen to anything you want at any time these days. Why open a record store?
Well, I think just because of that reason that people are looking for something a bit more tangible, something they can hold on to and make it special. For instance, like every time I bought a record, no matter where it was, I can almost always tell you where it came from. If I was out of town on vacation or something like that, I was like, oh, I bought that record in so-and-so place. And it's something that I can always remember. I can sit, I can pull out the liner notes, and I feel more of an attachment to the artist. And I think that's what people are looking for instead of this vicious scrolling and not really knowing what you're listening to. In that situation, I feel like a lot of the time you have to pick up your phone and be like, who am I listening to now? Mm-hmm. So I just feel like just for the reason you mentioned is why it's important and why we did it.
Yeah. Well, I can relate. I mean, when I was a kid, I started buying cassette tapes.
Absolutely.
Whole albums or cassette singles, CDs. So to have that in your hand, it's cool to have your own music, put that in the player and listen to it. And I know the sound quality is unparalleled with vinyl, right? So
at least I like to think so, and it feels that way.
It has a kind of a depth and warmth that you really can't recreate digitally.
Right, because of the analog signal. It's not a digital format in any way, shape, or form. In fact, it's the furthest thing from it.
Yep. And your store is right there on Ford Road, east of Wayne Road, kind of right there by Loaf and a Pound, and
yes,
some other businesses are right there too.
Loaf and a Pound, and the Woodshed Skate Shop is there, which we all play off each other wonderfully.
That's great.
Yeah, it's cool.
You have some good neighbors over there.
Yeah, we do.
That's a cool part of Westland.
It is.
I know music is a passion for you. What do you think, for our community, what's the biggest draw to your store? Is it collectors, or is it people going in and buying gifts? Or do you get just people who kind of just come in or just want to browse and see what you got?
All the above. Okay. Some of the nice things that I feel that we have being on Ford Road and so close to the airport is we get a lot of international clients, believe it or not, because they're on layover. So really? They'll find the record shop from just record store near me, and we're the closest thing to being to the airport. So we get a lot of that, international clients. We get some of the younger generation who just are looking to be a part of the scene, and the record shop's a great place for that. And then collectors and listeners alike. Just there's no real exact place we can put those folks, because there's just so many different reasons why they come.
Yeah, it's a really cool store. I'm glad you're getting that kind of draw and attention.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. Now, what I wanted to ask you is, when you were getting ready to open your business, why'd you choose Westland as the home of your new store?
Well, Kevin, honestly, a lot of it had to do with affordability. Mm-hmm. We were looking at a lot of locations, and the price per square foot in the retail realm, which was a whole nother mind-boggling thing in itself, Westland had great rates, comparatively speaking, when we were looking at other cities.
Yeah. And I know you have some local roots here too. You grew up in the area?
I've grown up, lived here my whole life, went through the whole Westland school system. Yep, I've been here my whole life. So that contributed to it. But I got to be honest, a lot of it had to do with just being able to afford a retail spot for something that may not be as popular as one might think. Like, my friends are like, a record store? Are you kidding me? Have you gone mad? Mm-hmm. So there was some risk there, and the ability to find a spot for a reasonably priced rent. It's Westland. Another thing that I really liked about Westland was the diversity of the culture of people. In music, it doesn't really matter, right? There's, every genre has its own group of people, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what religion you are or anything like that. The music is so diverse that Westland was a place that is such a diverse place.
It really is.
It really is. So there's just a lot of nationalities and cultures.
Well, and I know that reflects in taste in music, because you have people from all different backgrounds who listen to all different music. There's not any
exactly.
cookie cutter genres where it's like, well, this kind of people listen to this kind of music. It's all mixed up, and it's so interesting to share that culture. And we have become more of a diverse community, and that's something that kind of makes Westland special as well.
Yes.
But I love that you invested here where you grew up, and you brought something really unique to our community. So I want to just say thanks for.
Appreciate it. We love being here.
It's awesome to see that, and I really appreciate you giving back to the community. And what I wanted to ask you though, you know a lot of the classics and the old stuff. We were talking about some music before we got rolling here on camera. But how do you stay on top of like the new stuff? Do you kind of keep an eye out for what's up and coming?
I do, and you kind of rely on the people to talk as well. Social media kind of helps with that, so that's one place we'll see and hear about new upcoming releases. A lot of times, the customers themselves will call you up and say, "Hey, are you going to have this record when it comes out?" Yes, we are. So we use the customers to help us find things too.
And is there any trends you're seeing lately about, what's kind of like your most popular genre that you see selling?
Jazz has done quite a turn with some of the newcomers actually getting into that genre of music. And I mean young kids performing it. And they're doing an excellent job of it. So the jazz and the hip hop have almost kind of seemed to merge themselves into this new type of sound, and it's incredible. Jazz musicians playing with hip hop artists, and just it's really changing. The music scene's really changing.
Yeah, I'd really love to talk some more about that. I know you have an interesting perspective on music, and I'm a music guy too, so we'll have to chat some more later. But Brian, thanks again for everything, giving back to our community in different ways. I know you serve on one of our boards as well here at the city. You care a lot about the city of Westland. You invested here with your business, so I'll look forward to coming in the shop soon and seeing what you got to offer.
I love it.
Once again, but thanks everybody for joining us on another edition of Hometown Highlights. Brian, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you.